What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the vlog. So literally just finished going through my whole fake natty debate video, so I'll link that in the description below if you guys haven't seen it yet. I was gonna actually make this a part of the whole vlog, but I decided it'd probably be better as a standalone video because after I started writing up my notes, I was like, I have a lot to say on this topic. Speaking of controversial topics, I figured I'd let you guys know I am working on a response to all the cholesterol, eggs controversy and vegan gains is 5 videos now, I think. So I've made contact with an MD and a med student, both are vegans, and I'm working on making contact with another cholesterol expert who isn't vegan. And what I'm gonna try to do is like integrate the interview snippets into a video on like my main takeaways, what I've learned about eggs and cholesterol, and update my whole viewpoint accordingly from there. But I do need some time to make that happen, so try to be patient with me, and I would say in the next month or 2 I should have that video out. But in the meantime, if you haven't seen my interview with Kamal Patel, stand by that. I think Kamal did a fantastic job of outlining everything, and until I update everything and my full view on that, yeah, you can continue to spam me if you want, but it's not gonna help me get it out any faster. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna get ready for the gym right now. I'm gonna get some pre-workout. I've still gotta have a pre-workout meal, and then I'm gonna pick up my friend Pat. You guys know him, Patty Lifts, and we're gonna start day 1 of my new push-pull legs program. So you guys will have seen probably that I launched a new intermediate to advanced, I'm calling it intermediate to advanced, push-pull legs program, and I was finishing up my previous block of training, which was kind of like an upper-lower push-pull legs type hybrid, and now I'm going straight back into the full-blown push-pull legs. So anyone who has the program, I'm gonna be running that alongside you guys, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm gonna get that printed out, and we're gonna get a pre-workout meal. This here is the program, so it's split into 2 8-week blocks. We're gonna be starting with week 1, block 1. The whole document is 110 pages. I'm not printing all that. Don't fail me, printer. Duh. What is that? What is, change your mind? What is he doing? Oh, I've got it double-sided. Yeah. Trying to save the planet. There we go. That'll be good enough for now. I actually want to print the whole thing out and put it in like a little binder, and then that way I'll be able to like track my workouts over time. Yeah, you guys have probably seen similar stuff, but basically like this is our workout for today, and then I'll track my weights used for each set here, and then as you go through the program, you can refer back and see what weights you were using here. And I'll talk about more of that in the gym. These are new PEScience stuff. I'm gonna open those right now. So this is from Adidas. Ready? Oh man! What do you think, bro?
Those are dope.
These are super sick. Cool. This is a gift from Pat. I appreciate you, Pat. Thank you, man. Like, look at the heel on this. Super high, super solid. Can't wait to squat in these today. Pat and I were squatting, and he was showing me these on his phone. And he was like, do you like these? And I was like, yeah, those are dope. Like, send me the link, I'm gonna order them. As soon as I got home, he sent me a text and was like, I got them for you, bro. So thank you, man. That's a good friend right there. So even though I don't track, I still will usually weigh out my protein sources just to make sure I know that I'm getting enough. So I've got some ground turkey here. I weigh out 150 grams. For leg day, oh yeah, it's legs on the menu today, by the way. I like to have a pretty solid meal, like something with a lot of protein, decent amount of carbs. I feel like I perform so much better with a full stomach. It's really individual. Some people would rather have an empty stomach. For me, I find like if I can get a big bloat going for the workout, it's actually so much better for my squats and deadlift performance. I find white rice is really easy on the old digestion. And I don't worry too much about the glycemic index or anything like that pre-workout, because when you're combining fat, protein, and carbs, the GI index just becomes totally unreliable anyway, so don't worry about that too much. Okay, kiwi lime flavor. The feedback on this has been amazing. At first I was a little bit worried because the only people who had tasted it pre-production was like Pat, Steph's sister, and you. Did you try it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Rashaun. But everybody who's tried it says it's, honestly, I think everyone I've heard from has said that it's like their new favorite flavor. So I do think there is still some available, so I'll have the link for that in the description below if you guys would like to check it out. Man, can't wait to start. It's so good when you have like a new routine to follow. Oh, I totally agree. So exciting. Can't wait. I'm loving squat, bench pressing, and deadlifting today, especially the squat and deadlifting. Like since my cut, I feel like my bench press has been pretty stagnant. Like in powerlifters, In my experience, when people cut, the bench press tends to be the first thing to go. But my squat and deadlift are still creeping up, which is really good to see. 1 dollop. Actually, no, 2 dollops. Shulua. I'll just mash that all up. That's the pre-workout meal. This is a big leg day. I'm gonna do 2 scoops of high volume. So 2 scoops of high volume gives me 400 milligrams of citrulline, 4 grams of citrulline. I like to do 6 grams of citrulline if I can. And I add 1 scoop of prolific to that. That's about as good as it gets right there. I'm gonna flick on a YouTube video, eat this, get in the zone, and then go train. Well, Steph and I usually watch it, but she's not here right now. Ashley Kalwasser's videos. She's a bikini competitor doing Miss Olympia. Her training is really interesting. I feel like her coach has really got a good approach. So, and the guy who produces her stuff, he's done work for Christian. His videography is really good, which is why you might like it, Rashaun. It's pretty cool. Like, it documents her whole prep. I'm actually just gonna fold this up for now because I'm gonna reprint this after when I get some ink. Let's go.
Outside, outside, looking at the stars, staring with my mouth wide. Nobody stop me this time. Every single level that I reach and I climb. They ask, are you from?
How you feeling, man? Good? Bro, thank you for the sneakers, man.
Do you like them?
Yeah, I like them.
Oh,
that's
dope.
So sick.
Yeah, man.
Like, really clean looking, and I have a feeling it's gonna make a difference with that elevated heel, man. Like, and just how solid it is. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'd say. I'm gonna put up my 100,000 subscriber thing, but I just haven't taken it out yet.
That's a small hammer, bro.
I know. I just got a new pair of knee sleeves from Rise. I hope these are small. Because my other ones, yeah. So where I cut down, I was using a mediums, but now these small are gonna provide so much more. And then I've got my new kicks here. These were the old ones I was using. So these are the Adidas Power Lifts. And then, what are these called, Pat? The Light Sun? Yeah, so anyway, you can see like they have quite a bit more elevation here in the heel. This is solid, whereas this is rubber. So there's a little bit more give to it if you get under heavy weight. So I'm not gonna be using those anymore. And then these are my old knee sleeves here. So you can see these are mediums, and then these are the new smalls. So those are gonna be way tighter. What else do I need? Oh, my belt. I left my belt in there last time, so hopefully I'll grab that in there. I'm actually gonna bring this as a backup, just in case they don't have it. So this is the Rise Prong belt, but I'd rather use the lever belt for all my deadlifting stuff. So real quick, guys, if you do happen to get any of these Rise knee sleeves, which I find help, like probably at about 5%, 5 to 10% maybe. Super quick, take it, fold it in half, make sure it's directly in half, over your foot. Then you're gonna grab them from the bottom and really yank it up over your calf. It should be really tight. Then I grab it here at the top, fold it down a little bit, and try to yank it up so the top half is at least halfway up my knee. The leg hair makes it harder. And then unfold it at the top. That's it. Those are super tight. So you can see the recoil here, right? Like, to bend my knee here, I actually have to work against the sleeve, which is good. When you're squatting, that's gonna give you so much support and a little bit of assistance. It still counts as like raw, like it's not equipped, they're just knee sleeves. If you use wraps, then you would no longer be raw powerlifting. But I recommend these and a belt for everyone who's serious about squatting and deadlifting, basically. So we've got 4 sets of 5 with 70% today. So it starts fairly conservative, 4 by 5 with 70. I'm gonna put in my 1 rep max on the squat is 415, so 290, 4 sets of 5. I'll probably go with that, so I don't know what you want. What was your best squatting meet?
522.
Let's go with 525, because I think you can probably do that easily right now, honestly. So everybody knows, like, Pat's actually, we're gonna be training for Canadian Nationals, and like we've got some pretty ambitious powerlifting goals right now. So he's probably gonna be a little bit more assertive with the programming, with the percentages, but I'm gonna stick to the plan. Nice. Solid, man. So this is gonna be my 3rd pyramid warm-up set. So I did the bar, and then I did 135, 225, now 275. And after this, I'm gonna jump into my working weight. So just gonna do a couple reps here to get a feel for the weight.
Good?
Yeah, man.
I look good.
So, solid, man. Woo! That's super easy. We definitely gotta bump it. Try to get like 1 inch deeper on every rep. Just the slightest bit.
Yeah,
it's like you're pretty much in there, but some reps might be a little strict on that.
Yeah.
All right, first set of 5. This weight shouldn't be like maximal weight. You shouldn't be bursting any blood vessels trying to get this up or anything. Really focus on good mechanics, which means hitting proper depth, not allowing your knees to cave in, using a slight foot flare, exploding on the concentric, ensuring you're having proper breathing, all the basic mechanics. And I'm gonna have Pat behind me, not spotting too closely, but just to make sure it's gonna be a pretty high volume day.
Okay.
Oh, that's like.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Easy. Oh my god.
That's pretty solid. How did that look?
Bro, it's easy. Looked really good. Form was on point. So.
Yeah. One thing you might notice, like Pat, for some reason, I don't actually know if this is something we might need to look into, but when you squat, you have a very constant tension approach. You almost don't pause at the top. It's like a very bodybuilder style. Whereas for me, there's a pause between every rep as I get my air in. I don't know how you really do that, man. Like you must be bringing your air in like really quickly.
So I'm breathing out on the way up, like pushing it out, and then I'm breathing in as I'm about to go down.
I think that you should try taking that full pause and breath at the top, because that's the way it's going to be in a meet. You're going to walk out, get as much air in your gut as you can, then you start the descent. So let's start practicing that on every rep. This is my last set. This is going to be my 4th set of 5. I find the toughest part when you have like 4 sets or even 5 sets to get through. Once you get over that hump of like halfway to 3/4 through, then you start to really lock in mentally and be like, okay, I can handle this. Because on these high volume days, it can be a lot to undertake mentally when you see everything you've got left to do in the workout. But I kind of just think about doing it just 1 set at a time, buy yourself plenty of time, take the rest that you need to feel recovered. And then once you get, over that hump of being like halfway through it, it's like, okay, now after this, we just got deadlifts and hip thrusts, and you'll be able to bang through it. So anyway, last set here, I'm gonna crush this one, make it look easy, and then it's on to deadlift.
Let's get it.
Yep, there we go.
Oh yeah. Good job. Last one. There we go.
That's it.
That was dope, man.
So after I finish my last set, one thing that I do in my program here is I'll come over. You'll see there's a column here. It says LSRPE. That stands for last set RPE. So I just finished my last set, and now I'm gonna think about how many more reps I think I could have gotten with that weight. Probably could have gotten 8 or 9 reps with that, and that just gives me feedback for now the next time I come out. I'll know, okay, this felt like an RPE of 7 last time. What's it gonna feel? Is it getting easier? Is it getting harder? It gives you feedback in that sense. You don't necessarily need to have a coach. It's kind of self-regulating. All right, guys, up next, 2 sets of 8 on the deadlift. We're doing 65% 1 rep max. So I'm still kind of nursing this lower back injury that I've had for the last couple of years, but like steadily making progress up. So what would you call my 1 rep max deadlift right now? Like I did 365 for 5s, right?
Yeah, but that to me it looked easy.
So I'm gonna do it the same as my squat, 415. 65% of 415 is gonna be 270. I'm gonna round up, we'll go 275. So 275 for 2 sets of 8. Just gonna get warmed up here with a plate. Of course, for deadlifts, you're gonna wanna switch over to like a flat heeled shoe, nothing with too much elevation. And as for pulling sumo or conventional, I say it's just a matter of personal preference. There's no real hard and fast rules for it. Just general trends, I find shorter, lighter guys tend to be stronger with sumo. Taller, heavier guys tend to do better with conventional, but it's really, really hard to pin that down. You kind of just have to experiment and figure it out for yourself. But the main physiological or biomechanical differences between the two is very simple: quads and lower back. The conventional deadlift will work your lower back a little bit more. Sumo deadlift will work your quads a little bit more. Other than that, it's potato, potato. With the warm-ups, you don't want to just go through the motions. You want to be actively, consciously thinking about your execution and pretending like you've got a lot of weight on the bar there. So right then I'm thinking, okay, I've got the working weight on here. how's my body gonna move, how am I gonna brace, how am I gonna hold. You wanna really neurologically program that in through your warm-ups. They're not just like a safety precaution, they actually help you perform better for your working stuff. Come on, Pat. Drive. Good. Come on. One more. So just based on the little bit of feedback I've gotten so far from people who are running the program, some people will say like the weight is too light. The goal isn't to be taxing, like these are compound lifts involving a lot of muscle mass, and differences between like having only 1 rep left in the tank and having say 3 or 4 reps left in the tank, you're gonna be activating a very similar level of musculature. And so for longevity throughout the program, it makes so much more sense to start off a little bit lighter, really focus on honing in on your technique, mastering the form, executing it with explosion or with explosive power and speed. And that's kind of what we're really trying to drive home. So don't fall into that intensity trap where you're just always focused on like, how hard can I train? How close is this pushing me to failure? That's something that isn't really a central tenet of intelligent programming, and it can be a speedy path to injury if you're not careful. So.
There you go.
The other thing I just thought of, if it's too light for you, you might be lowballing your 1 rep max. You might want to bump that up a little bit. If the percentages are just feeling like ridiculously light, then you might be underestimating your 1 rep max strength potential. You might want to retest that. Pat here, the beast. We're putting in his 1 rep max deadlift, has a conservative 615 pounds. So here, 65%, he's gonna be working with 405 for sets of 8. And this technique focus is gonna help you a lot, man, because I still see room for improvement on your sumo. So we're gonna hone in on that with all this volume work. Yeah. Sub-max volume work is perfect for that. So one thing we're trying to work on here with Pat is he has a tendency, first of all, I think you go a little too wide with the sumo, so you're like right out to the plates. Come in a tiny bit more, because what happens then is his knees are almost forced to cave in as he goes through the range of motion. So if he brings them in a little bit closer, he can help keep his knees out in the direction of his toes, which is what we want to do. And then also, you don't want your shins to be coming in like this. You want your shins to be as upright as possible. So those are little technique things we're going to try to hone in on.
Good.
Yeah, perfect. So if you get it from a back angle over here, see how his shins here stay vertical as he goes down? See how his knees are kept out? That's perfect. Good?
Yeah.
Say 10 out of 10?
10 out of 10, bro.
Just finished with the squats and deadlifts. That's about the time I'll start having some kind of intro workout, just because it keeps my energy up, gives me a little bit of fuel, keeps things going. So got my big hunk here. Ooh, it's gotten a little hard. Ooh, it's usually more chewy.
There you go.
12 reps with 225. I'm gonna leave it at that for now, because I don't want to build as the weeks go by and really nail down the technique this first week. Focus on squeezing, keeping your chin tucked down. Let's go.
Solid.
That's the worst exercise ever invented, man. I hate doing hip thrusts, but they work so well. We're on to walking lunges. So guys, just finished up with hip thrusts. Up next, we're gonna do 40 reps of walking lunges, so 20 reps each leg. This is gonna be like really taxing, a good way to kind of finish off the glutes, hamstrings, quads. And we're gonna do a little bit of isolation work to really finish off the workout with a superset. And that's gonna be it. So just got 2 sets here. So when you've only got 2 sets, you really gotta make them both count. So I'm gonna start with 16 kilo kettlebells here and see how that feels for my first set. so brutal. Yeah, it's pretty heavy, yeah. You got it. Honestly, you suffer too. Keep that same pace going. Don't cheat. Pretty cardio intensive, so like that's kind of part of the point. Like this is the higher volume block. Like it actually gets higher volume as you go along, but the idea is to build up a huge work capacity, improve like cardio metabolic components, so that in the next block we can kind of translate that a little bit more and provide a little more max effort.
Hey, no joke, man. Pretty crazy, man. Like edit.
So now we've got a superset, leg extensions and seated leg curl, so right next to each other. 3 sets of 15 reps each. With both of these, you want to focus on squeezing the target muscle to move the weight. So on this one, you want to think about shortening your quads. So your quads are like a, what's that instrument? Accordion, that are compressing this way, and that's what causes your legs to go up. Same thing with the leg curl. You want to think of your hamstrings like an accordion going together, and that's what's moving the weight down. It's gonna go fairly light here. Like those lunges were really rough if you do them properly, 40 reps a piece. So over here, I'm gonna focus more on mind muscle connection, a little bit more of a squeeze, not going too crazy with the weight. Good controlled reps, but yeah, you're not trying to die on these. Good. Should be light. Get a squeeze. Contract. Good. Gonna transfer so well when we start doing more strength specific stuff, like having that huge work capacity. You can really do anything with a big work capacity. It's really the best thing to have, I think, as an athlete. The more you can do, the better you'll become. Okay, here we go. That's it. Actually, it's supposed to be calves. We're gonna do calves? Let's do a quick 3 sets. Yeah. I think it's 3 sets of 10. Yeah. Let's just do them right here. My legs feel like jelly, man. That's crazy, yeah. So guys, that's gonna wrap up this whole workout. I feel like I finally got my win back. My plan originally was to kind of take you guys through the full program, which I eventually probably will cover most of the workouts, or at least a scattering of them to give you guys some ideas. Over the next couple weeks, I'm gonna be going to Columbus to shoot 3 or 4 videos, or at least 2 or 3, with John Meadows, the mountain dog. And so my programming will be a little bit off for that week. We're gonna do, I think, a back workout, forget what else, maybe an arm workout. If there's a body part you guys definitely wanna see us train, let us know, but it'll probably be more body part focused. I'm just gonna take John's guidance on that, kind of adjust my programming to that for the time being, and then once I get back in my regular swing, this is what I'm gonna be running. So anyway, I'm gonna get my stuff, pencil in those last few sets that I did on my sheet, and I'll check in with you guys back outside. All right guys, so that wraps up day 1 of the workout. What'd you think, bro?
So hard, bro.
Yeah.
It was dope. It was dope.
I said this in a Myth Bust Monday video. I'm actually gonna be wrapping up the Myth Bust Monday series next Monday, so that'll be my last episode of, I'm gonna call it season 1, and then I'll be probably back next year with season 2. And season 1 focused more on nutrition based stuff. Season 2 will probably focus a little more on training, or I'm not too sure where I'm gonna take it yet, but in any case, that's gonna be wrapped up, which means for the next couple months at least, every Monday will be a new vlog. So I'll show my training, my diet, what I'm up to, if I'm traveling, that kind of stuff. So you guys are gonna be getting more vlogs on the channel, and then I'm also gonna try to stick to a Monday, Saturday schedule. So Monday will be a vlog, Saturday will be something informative. Heavy duty. Saturday will be something informative, like an interview, Science Explained. I'm gonna keep going with the Science Applied series or whatever. So yeah, just an update. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave me a thumbs up. Let me know again what workout you'd like to see John and I cover. I'm heading down to Columbus in a couple weeks, so let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Over here, I'll have a button to my last video on the fake natural debate and all that stuff. If you guys missed it, I think it was good. Hopefully not too controversial. Hit up the button to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.